We are learning more about a foiled assassination plot targeting some top U.S. officials. One day before that attempted assassination of Donald Trump at the rally in Pennsylvania, a Pakistani national with alleged ties to Iran was arrested and charged with plotting to kill U.S. leaders, which could have included the former president. Senior national correspondent Laura Ingle is live. She will join us in just a moment. But in the meantime, the feds were able to catch him through an undercover operation. They took him into custody in Texas July 12th. It's an unsettling alleged plot. It's been made public through a federal complaint just released. And it details what prosecutors say 46-year-old Asif Merchant was planning in an effort to assassinate a politician or U.S. government official on U.S. soil. All right, Laura Ingle is now live for us. Laura, what else can you tell us?
Yeah, this has been a very interesting story, and one that was certainly very serious and was busted up just before action was taken. Here, let's take a look here at the man who was arrested as we go through some of this information that we are getting from the criminal complaint. You mentioned his name. He is 46-year-old Asif Merchant. He was planning in an effort to assassinate a politician or U.S. government official on U.S. soil. He was taken into custody in Texas on July 12th, and the feds got him through an undercover operation. The 46-year-old Pakistani national with close ties to Iran allegedly traveled to New York City this summer to meet up with hopeful accomplices to craft his murder-for-hire plot. Now, officials with the Attorney General's office say, fortunately, the assassins that Merchant tried to hire went to authorities who then put under FBI agents on this case and on the job. Now, in one of those meetings, this is wild that we have these pictures in this court document. In one of the meetings, he mapped out potential criminal schemes, which included stealing documents or USB drives from targets' homes, planning a protest, and killing a politician or government official. A Merchant instructed the undercover agent to communicate about the plot through code words that he wrote on a napkin. The word T-shirt would mean protest. Flannel shirt would mean stealing. The words denim jacket referred to stealing money. And with the recent Trump assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania, there has been speculation that Trump was a potential target for Merchant, but there was no mention of specific names in Merchant's alleged scenarios. Now, here's what the White House press secretary had to say yesterday about the allegations about this plot to kill, and it stems from a mission for retaliation from Iran for the U.S. drone strike in 2020 that took out Iran's major general. Listen here.
These threats arise from Iran's desire to seek revenge for the killing of Qasem Soleimani. We consider this a national and homeland security matter of the highest priority, We have repeatedly met at the highest levels of our government.
And he is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He has been transferred, and he could soon be indicted by a grand jury, Nichole.
All right. So, Laura, what kind of punishment is he facing if he is, in fact, convicted?
Yeah, all of these charges, of course, very serious. Merchant could get 10 years if convicted. We have reached out to multiple federal law enforcement agencies to find out when he will be in court and also about his immigration status, with reports now that he was here on a temporary visa. We are digging into that aspect. We've also learned that he has a wife and he has children in Pakistan, and he has a wife and children in Iran. And as far as the feds can tell, the defendant has no long-term ties to New York City. And just before he came to the U.S., he was in Pakistan and had just spent 2 weeks in Iran. So we are unraveling all of this as we go through these court documents. Nichole?
Yeah, lots of details to this one. All right, Laura, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.